What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the video. My name's Steven Vetri. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're new and like the video if you want further Photoshop content. So we're going to jump right in today and talk about different things like colors and gradients and all the things you could do in those areas. So let's go ahead and just start simple with colors. So in the first video I talked about how you can switch this between your primary colors. So whatever color's on top is your primary at that moment. So we can go ahead, switch this with the arrow. We can go in here, we can pick whatever colors we really want. We have all these different choices to do with a certain color, right? If you actually want to, so I have a picture here from Google, just a simple tree. If you want to go ahead and you like that green that's in that tree, you can go ahead and you could use this tool. It's called the dropper tool, and I forgot to come back to it in video 1, but I'm going to talk about it now because it's a perfect time. I can actually pick this dropper tool and I could take that green, I could take the blue from the sky, I could take that brown dead grass right there, whatever I really want to do. So I'm going to go ahead and take that green, and now that's my primary color. I can use that in a paint bucket, and I can use that in a gradient tool. I can go here, I can make my background that green color to match the tree. You can do so many things with that, so that's really neat. Another sort of simple tool and really helpful tool actually is, it's not even in Photoshop. If I go ahead and I go onto the internet quickly, and if you go to this website, Color Hex, and here's the link if you want that. This is actually a website where you can go through and you can look at different color patterns. There's so many to choose from. There's millions of pages. So many to go through. Say you like a simple one like, I don't know, just this sample, right? You can go ahead and you can look at these, and it gives you all these different codes, and those are the hex codes. And if you actually say you like this one, right? So say I like the second one. I can go ahead, I could copy that code. I can go jump right back over to Photoshop. Let me get over to Photoshop. And I can go ahead, I can actually paste that code right here. And now here's that gray color that we just had, and now it's your primary color. Or if you wanted a different color, I can look at a code like this red one on the bottom. I can go ahead, I could copy that, I could jump back here, and I could put it in this code right here at the bottom, and there's your red color. So it's a really helpful tool, especially if you're just starting a project and you don't know what way you want to go with a color scheme. There's millions of color schemes to look from to help you decide which color scheme you're going to like for your project. And now I'm going to actually jump into the gradient tool, and the gradient tool is a really fun and just helpful tool within Photoshop, and that's just right under with the paint bucket. So you can go ahead, and up here it gives you a bunch of preset gradients, and it gives you, the first two are just based off of your colors that you have selected. So right here, this is going to give us that gray and red because we have those two selected. If I wanted to go ahead and make this a blue-ish color, now it's going to be blue and gray, so we have those selected, right? So we can go ahead, we can actually look through these, see if you like any, but if you don't, you can actually make a custom gradient tool. And by doing that, all you do is you're just going to double click on this, and it's going to bring up a little menu like this, and you can go ahead and you can move these little boxes around if you want that all the way. You can double click this box to change the color. If I want it to be red, I could change the color. And if you hold Option or Alt, if you have non-Mac, you can actually hold that and you could pull these out, and you could do that as many times as you want, either side, and then you can make that different color. So if I want to go ahead and make that a bluish color, if I want to make this a green color, you could double click it to change the color, or you can simply just, if you're clicked on that specific one, you could go here and change the color. Either or works. I can make this a pink, right? So that's what is really interesting, is also you can change the opacity. So right now the opacity is at 100, so it's going to be, you're not going to be able to see through it basically. But if I want to change that down to 50, you can see now, you can see the dotted boxes behind it. If I want to put that back up to about 80, that would look better. I can save this as a gradient if I want to and have it there at all times, or I could just hit OK, and now it's up there in the corner as you can see. And then if we want now, we can have that gradient that we just made. This is interesting actually, because let me go back to this one first. So now there's our normal gradient, right? But now let's jump right back to this one. This is all different gradients. So as you can see, this is like a circle gradient, so it's going to bend it. You could come up from the corner, coming out of the corner, which is really cool. And if you're noticing how my line is so straight, if you just hold the shift button and then click with your mouse and drag, it'll stay a straight line. So if you're trying to get it perfect, this is going to give you a more solid color. It's going to look more interesting like that. You know, there's all different colorways. If I start in the middle, you'll be able to see them all. This is just another form of gradient tool. There's all different ones. And then there's the last one right here. So that's just cool things you could do in gradients. It's really a cool tool to use as like a background for some of your works and everything like that. Basically, you could turn the opacity down of it if you don't want it as taking over your project as much. And that's basically it for colors and gradients. That's basically the rundown. So I think I'm going to end this video here, keep it nice and short and sweet. Just talk about the colors and gradients. And thank you for being here again. Make sure you like and subscribe if you liked this video. Peace.